hiring. There's a few articles around at the moment about this, and it's quite interesting. And when you delve into it, it makes some sense. There's been a lot of layoffs recently, and a lot of companies want to fill the gaps with current talent. They want to try and get more out of their team. And it sounds, you can kind of, there's two different ways to look at it, but I think it's interesting, because underlying this is the desire for companies to want to upskill their current employees, right? They've done the redundancies. They've got some great folks that they want to keep and they value. And it's thinking through, you've got a bunch of other roles that you don't have people internally to do necessarily, or there's gaps to be filled in other teams. And so your options are either hiring externally or upskilling within. And it's just an interesting trend in talent management now around more companies upskilling talent. So retraining, sending them on training courses, redeveloping them, all of those things. I think it's wonderful. It's a really good thing. People want to learn. People want to continue to develop. People also want to try different things as well. And I think it's a really wonderful thing if you're in a company that is investing in your training and your development, and they're happy to give you an opportunity to move into a different area, try something that you've always wanted to try. And so I think it's a really nice thing. A lot of people are trying to transition to different careers, or they want to after a certain period of time, or there's just something going on. If your current firm are enabling you to do that, I think it's really great. So I'm seeing more companies do that. Larger firms who have bigger talent budgets and training and development and things can afford to do it. And you find it's a really great way to keep people around. So your candidate retention goes up, or employee retention, employee engagement, all of these different measures that companies use. You'll find that people will want to stay and they'll want to learn and develop. And so I think all in, it's a great thing for the individual. If you find yourself in an organization, that great, irrespective, take ownership of your own learning and development. And I've talked about this quite a lot recently with people. And there's some wonderful MOOCs, massive online learning communities. LinkedIn they have a great LinkedIn learning thing, loads of great videos. I think they're free for premium. It's great, right? So YouTube is great too. So there's loads of ways that you can continue to learn and develop. And then with this quiet hiring, if your company are giving you an opportunity to move into a different space that you want to move into, and they'll invest in your training and stuff, awesome. And it's a good thing. Other side of the coin, someone who's being a little bit more cynical could say that they just want to try and get more out of their employees. And some people are going to be overworked and they're doing multiple jobs and stuff, and they don't want to hire another team member, which means the current team are overworked. Well, that's true. Sometimes. So context is important. But there are firms that are doing that. And I think, right, if you're in a team and, if your sector's difficult, they've had to make redundancies, they're asking you to, to chip in, so to speak, like difficult times. So there's certainly stuff like that, and if you're in that space and it's, you're being overworked and things, make sure you look after yourself and you take time off and you energize and all of that. And if it's really bad, of course, look for other things. But I think that the premise of this quiet hiring overall, where companies are choosing to invest in the development of their people, is a good thing, especially with the pace of change right now and a lot of people wanting to learn about AI and all of these different things. I think it's a great thing to be doing. It's a great strategy for companies to pursue. And when your people know that you're willing to invest in their learning and development, I think we're at a good place. Love to hear your thoughts.